Right, good morning, everybody. I hope we're all good. It's Tuesday, it's the 10th of January 2023, and I'm here to bring the 24-hour weather summary for Kent and Southern England. Thank you for all the recent likes and subscribes. If you could continue to do that to be kept up to date of all of the interesting and exciting stuff I'm putting on here these days, then please do so. Keep up to date with it all. Well, without further ado, we'll move it along, and it's a bit like yesterday morning at the moment. It's rather cool in the eastern parts of the county. Here in Folkestone, temperatures have been down to 2 degrees, but you see here on my graph, in the last 15 or 20 minutes, temperatures have climbed quite rapidly, and that's because we're bringing in a warm front. Temperatures across the eastern parts of the UK at the moment are still quite cool. Temperatures are generally around about 2 or 3 degrees in many places. There has been a touch of frost inland. Here in Kent, as I've already mentioned, it's still quite chilly. Temperatures around about sort of 2, 2, 3 degrees, but that is all change. If we look towards the west, the milder air is already coming into place. Southwest England, many stations are now 11 or 12 degrees, and that is all due to the fact that we are bringing in a warm front. This is the facts chart. This was at midnight, and at the time it was fairly chilly over the UK, but that milder air is marching in with the warm front, and today is one of those grey, unsettled days. Doesn't last for too long. Tomorrow should be a brighter day because the cold front that follows the warm front will be coming through in the early hours. But we'll focus on tomorrow's weather forecast this time tomorrow morning. So we'll now take a look at the radar. So there is a warm front on the way, and it's quite a wet one. There is a fair amount of rain in association with it. This is the current radar at the moment. So if you're in the east of the county and you get a nice sunrise in that next hour or so, do not be fooled. Red sky in the morning, shepherd's warning. Rain is on the way. It's going to push through in a period of about 3 or 4 hours, but to all intents and purposes, it will be a fairly miserable day. We'll look at the WX charts to see how they feel this is going to play itself out, and I would say it's pretty bang on the money at the moment. This is the rain pushing through. This is at 9 o'clock this morning. This is at 10 o'clock. This is at 11 o'clock, and this is at midday. So the rain will be over us. It'll be fairly moderate for a time. But by early afternoon, a lot of that heavier stuff would have moved out the way, and we'll be left with the legacy of a lot of rain. Well, not a lot of rain, but a lot of drizzle and mist and hill fog. Later in the day, if we look towards the west, we start to track the cold front. That will be pushing throughout the course of the latter half of the evening, going towards midnight. And then once that's cleared out the way in the early hours, we're left in drier, cooler air. And the rain would have pushed through. So we'll now just take a look at the winds. So at the moment, across the county or across southern England, these are the gusts. No problems at the moment. We're bringing in the southwesterly breeze, 17 to 22 miles an hour on those coasts. But as we move through the course of the day, those gusts will start to increase. This is by midday. The yellows are indicating gusts in excess of 40 miles an hour. So at that stage, they're just confined to the coast. But throughout the course of the afternoon and evening, you'll see that they do become rather more extensive inland, and even parts of northern parts of the county, 35, 36 mile an hour gusts will be making their presence felt. And then I'm expecting the gusts to peak somewhere close to midnight. 40 to 45 covers it quite nicely. But after that cold front pushes through, the winds veer westerly and they start to moderate. So this is what we'll be waking up to tomorrow morning. In terms of temperatures, we've already seen quite chilly at the moment, but as we move the sequence through, this is the scene with the temperatures at 9 o'clock, so 8s and 9s. By midday, it'll still be around 8 or 9 because we'll be under a lot of rain at that time. But as soon as that's pushed through and we're in that milder air, that drizzly air, temperatures bounce up very well. At 3 o'clock this afternoon, we'll be in 11 degree, 12 degree territory. This is the scene at 6 o'clock this evening, and then the temperatures actually will continue to rise through the evening around about midnight before that cold front comes in. Probably don't be at all surprised to see 12 or even 13 on your thermometers. By tomorrow morning, that cold front would have pushed through, the cooler air pushes in, and we will wake up tomorrow morning to around about 6 or 7 degrees. To summarise, in terms of precipitation amounts from today, This is the GFS's take on the total precipitation that's likely to fall between now and 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. So 6 to 10 millimetres of rain generally covers it. In old money, that is somewhere between about 0.3 and zero point 0.4 of an inch. So fairly typical of a frontal system moving through in January. So that is it in summary. I hope you've all enjoyed the forecast. I'll be back later on with the Britain forecast tonight, and again I'll be in back at house tomorrow morning to give an updated video forecast. Thanks for watching, and ciao for now.